What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are at about 10.6 cents now, down 17% on the week, 10% on the day after yesterday's 13% drop. Wow. Yep. A little bit of a dump there, picking up in volume as we're going down, to be expected. I'm not going to take this low to measure because I think February 3rd was a hoax. Low to high here. We're looking at this kind of time frame, finding support at the 1272. Coming down, it looks like it's a pretty done deal that we will see prices just below 10 cents. That's where I will be buying more. Once we are below 10 cents, I'm definitely going to be loading up the truck and buying some more Cookie DAO. I think that it has some phenomenal growth. I would buy some more XCN personally, even at these levels, and I think that we are finding support here on XCN, right? I just made a video saying that. But I think Cookie DAO has just as much, if not more, potential being at a lower market cap. And if we look at this, here, whenever it comes to growth, especially at these prices, man, we look at this here at the 1618 and below. If Cookie DAO goes to where I think it will go, and maybe I shouldn't take that. Let's take this high to low here and just measure out the next fibs, high to low here. The next fib area would be $1.76 to $2.31. That is about a 17.5x to a 23x. That's just the next target area. That's like the minimum target zone. Could you see a bigger price growth? Absolutely, you could. A 41x, 42x, you're crazy. Dude, that's exactly what it saw last time. It could absolutely happen. I'm not saying that it does that. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And with this kind of growth, even up to this area, Cookie DAO is going to have a lot of recognition. People are going to see it. It's going to be reminiscent of this pump here, and people there might be more hype and more awareness, more availability to trade on other exchanges that might actually pump up more because we'll have more retail exposure. So I'm just saying, if you think that $1.76 to $2.32 sounds crazy, just wait, man. $4.40 and beyond is a possibility by the end of this next move, let alone higher prices than that, right? I think Cookie definitely has a chance of seeing some multi-billion-dollar market cap prices. If we look at this here, Cookie, typing it in there, we're at about a $48 million market cap right now, guys. It's so cheap, so cheap. Decent volume here, nothing too bad, not too shabby. Ooh. But we likely do go lower. And I think we even go below, not just right below 10 cents at that 0.0993 area, not just there. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw prices down at about 8.3 cents, 8.4 cents, something in that kind of area. 8.2 cents or even below that is possible as well. Low to high here, your golden ratio, 8.3 cents lines up very well with that 1886 there. If Bitcoin drops another 13 or 14% from here, and I think that it will, Cookie DAO would likely drop more than that. 22% drop, 28% drop. I could see it happening. Something around 7.7 cents to 8.3 cents, maybe even as low as like 6 cents itself could be on the table. If that happens, man, I'm going to sell your house and my house, and I'm going to buy some more of this thing because I think it's got a lot of potential. I think it's going to do very well. In fact, I'm kind of curious. Let's see what Grok has to say about the news. I think that's a hilarious picture, by the way. Oh, yeah, there it is, still there. And all these guys, they don't even mention it right in the headlines. All the comments see it, but right, that's kind of funny. Even the lock, it's perfect. Anyways, Grok, let's see. Rocket Man, who made it? I need to know. Let's see, what was I gonna say? Any negative news on Cookie? Let's see what the sentiment is, what the negative news is, if there's any developments or not. If there's nothing new, nothing devastating, then there's nothing really to worry about. If there is something devastating, oftentimes negative news in a bull market is actually accompanied by a positive move up. No smoking guns here, but the lack of noise could also mean it's not making waves, good or bad. Well, yeah, people aren't going to be making noise whenever it's at the lows. I mean, it's very, very hard for people to be excited or anything like that. There's no glaring red flags like hacks, scams, or rug pulls. Okay, cool. Yeah. So nothing crazy. So this drop's just happening at the rate of standard volatility here for crypto, and because Bitcoin and the rest of crypto are going down, right? It's just uncertainty that's causing this. People are panic selling. That's why all the fundamentals that set this thing up from this low to this high, from these lows to this high, the reason why we bought back here and why I would buy more down here, they haven't changed. AI, if anything, beyond Cookie itself, the narrative for AI has only gotten bigger and better. It's only gotten more prominent And I think AI coins are probably getting hurt right now because of that, because a lot of people, whenever you expect something to do well, that's oftentimes whenever you see a little bit of volatility and a little bit of capitulation and shaking out. But I'm digressing here. All I'm trying to say is that I'm not worried about Cookie DAO. I think it goes a little bit lower. We're picking up volume as we're moving down to the downside here. We probably do recover at some point to the upside. How high we're going to go, I don't know, right? It's not really appropriate of me to say the exact price estimations until we have our given low, which we don't have that yet. So once it's there, I would assume it probably is at about 1.3 cents. Probably like $1.60 to $3.50, something in that zone is where we would go. We could go higher, we could go lower, but I very much do believe that this next move is going to be phenomenal for Cookie, and I'm planning on buying some more once we get below 10 cents. I'll let you guys know when I buy. I always let you know on x.com whenever I buy. If you want to follow me, it's at Chris Harris 85. I believe that's me, right? Let's see here. Where are we at? At Chris Harris 85. This guy, yeah. Right here. That's me. C-Zar the Great. And I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. We could talk about all-time high predictions for Cookie DAO. Being at about a $50 million market cap right now, $5 billion is a 100x. $10 billion is a 200x. This thing could see a 400, 500, 800x. It definitely could by the end of the cycle. It just depends on how much. I think it'd be easier and more appropriate to call for the all-time highs, or where I think it would end by the end of the cycle, once we see this next rally, because there's going to be a lot of AI coins that take off, that do well, and if this one is outperforming the pack, that means it's a more prominent figure. If it becomes a more prominent figure in crypto and for the AI narrative specifically, then, and I think that it will, and I think that it can, then we could talk about multi $10 billion market caps, multi 100x's, right? Like 400x's and beyond. But until then, I think 100x is a good goal. 50x is a fine goal as well, or anything above $1 billion. I think it's solid gains, but I guess it's inappropriate to talk about or really heavily consider multi 100x's as a possibility, not as a possibility, as a likelihood, until we see how this next pump moves up, right? But by that time, the multi 100x possibility is going to go away, because we're going to be at way higher market caps, right? But we'll just have more clarity as far as where the final destination is going to be. A lot of volume here at the lows. A lot of volume throughout this whole time. I think that Cookie is going to do rather well, and that's why we play this risky game where we buy the lows and we sell the highs. Nobody ever made money off of buying the highs and selling the lows. It's not because it's easy that you make money. It's because it's difficult. You have to look death in the face and say, not today, mother. We are going up. We're going to the upside, but we probably do go down a little bit more first, okay? Do not get shaken out. Also, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but do not keep trying to end this video, damn it. Don't get too excited if we move back up to 12 cents. Don't get too excited if we move back up to 14 cents. We might see some volatility and still go down to these areas that we're talking about, okay? Don't get too excited. If you want to get excited, the area we need to close above is about 23 cents on a daily basis. If you can do that, then it's time to get excited. But until then, to be fair, I suppose if you were to close a day above 14 cents, it might be time to get excited as well. But until then, the notion that we go below 10 cents, that we even go below 9 cents, is still very much alive. I've got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Buy, buy, buy. Don't sell, sell, sell. The people that are selling here are only going to regret it. They're regretting they've got buyer's remorse because they bought up here, or bought up here, or bought here. They've got buyer's remorse. They are going to have seller's remorse too, right? The people that buy the highs, and don't get me wrong, these are not high prices in all fairness. And I did buy between 23 cents and I think 18 cents was my lowest price, or 21 cents, I forget, but somewhere up in this zone, probably the higher ends of this zone, thinking that we would go up on the Coinbase listing news, but we didn't. We actually, once we got the listing, that's whenever we began this final descent down, unfortunately. I thought that we would pump into the listing like we normally do. This was definitely not common stuff, so screw me for getting that one wrong, man. It's just, again, it's not common. Whenever you hear about an exchange listing, you normally do rip and run, but here we are down here anyways, getting to the point, right? The people that are selling here are the same people that probably regret buying here. They're completing the thought. They're buying high and they're selling low. It's okay to buy high. It's not okay to buy high and sell low, right? Don't complete the thought, because what's high right now will eventually become a low. Will eventually be something that's a smart area to buy. You know what I mean? So I think Cookie's got a lot of potential. I think that it will grow a lot, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.